welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Chanel, also known as Glamified Beauty. So today's video is going to be a new series that I'm going to be having on my channel, and it is going to be a foundation series, and it is going to be called Foundation Friday. Unfortunately, it's not Friday. I meant to post this on Friday, but I got busy and whatnot, so I'm posting it today. But this series is pretty much just going to be a series of all my foundations. As you can see back there, I have a ton of foundations, and I just really want to share with you all what is really good out there, and also what is color girl friendly, as well as if you're oily, what is good for oily skin. So this foundation series, I feel like, would be really helpful for those out there who are in the market for some new foundation. So I'm going to be sharing with you all the claims from the foundation, as well as the price and all of that. And then everything will also be listed down below in the description box. So I hope this series is going to be really helpful to you all out there, because like I said, I have a lot of foundations back there, and I have a ton of them that I would really like to review for you all. So some of these foundations aren't new to the market. Some of them are actually older foundations, but you don't really see a lot of foundation reviews for colored girls, if you know what I mean. But also, this channel is not just for colored girls. It is a diverse, can I talk today? It is a diverse channel. So even if you are not colored, you know, I feel like these foundations would work for all kind of skins, skin complexions, as well as, like I said, oily skin types. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and get started in this review. Okay, Glam, so how I'm going to be doing my foundation reviews, I'm going to do it as realistic as possible. So with my foundations, I'm going to be applying my moisturizer as well as a primer to set under the foundation, only because that's how I wear my foundations, and I'm sure a lot of you out there probably moisturize your face before applying a foundation, as well as even priming. So I'm not going to show you a foundation without doing those steps, because let's be realistic, that's how you do your foundation routine most of the time. So the primer and the moisturizer that I used on my face, because as you can see, I have a little bit of a white cast. I used my Clinique Pep Start moisturizing my moisturizer, and I absolutely love this stuff. So I applied that already onto my face, as well as the primer that I use today is this Hourglass Veil primer. So I'm now going to get started, and I'm going to be using one half using a beauty blender, and then also the other half using a brush. So the foundation that I'm going to be showing to you all today is this Makeup Forever Matte Velvet foundation, and I've used this foundation before, and I absolutely love it, and it's definitely worth sharing with you to the world. All right, so this is the foundation here. This is what it looks like. Unfortunately, I do not have the actual packaging for any of my foundations, because I've had these for a while. So unfortunately, you're just going to see what the bottle looks like, but I mean, that's okay. If you really want to see the packaging, I can insert a picture somewhere within the screen. So let's get started with the shade that I have for my skin. It is the number 57. I believe that's pecan or something like that, but it is number 57. And the price for this foundation is $39. I bought this foundation at Sephora. At Sephora, because Ulta doesn't sell Makeup Forever. So you could purchase this either on their Makeup Forever website or even at Sephora. So this particular foundation, they do have a variety of shade ranges. They do have 21 shades, so I feel like whether you're very fair, you're tan, or even darker of a darker complexion, you could possibly really find a good shade for you. Also, as y'all know, I am oily, so I am extremely oily, but since right now we're in the winter months, my oils aren't as bad, but I feel like I could really wear this foundation in the winter as well as the summertime. So like I said, the packaging, I will insert a picture within the screen here. Alright, so now I'm going to share with you the claims, and I have the claims right here in my little book, right here. So don't mind me if I'm looking down. It's because I'm trying to really share with you exactly what it says word for word from the website. So this foundation claims to be a shine controlling, oil free, water resistant, complete coverage liquid foundation. So the coverage is not full, but it is buildable. So I would say that it's a medium to full coverage. So if you're not looking for something that is really full and like full on glam, or you're looking for something like kind of sheer, I would not really recommend this for you. But I feel like maybe you could get away just with like one dot on your face and you could get like a sheer coverage. But if you're looking for something medium to a full coverage, this is what this foundation is. Also, it claims to hide imperfections, evens out skin tones, mattifies with a non-oily, perfectly powdered finish, and lasts for hours. I was really trying not to butcher that. So this foundation, it claims that it will last for hours. It doesn't necessarily say that it's a 24-hour wear or a 12-hour wear, but it does say that you can get a good couple of hours wearing this foundation. So also it says, and also it provides full coverage, and a little bit of this product goes a long way. So you don't need too much of this product to really build it up. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation. So on this side of my face, I am going to be using a beauty sponge, and then on this side, I'm going to be just using a regular brush, just so that you can see how it applies with both, whether you're using brush or a blender, and also to see what kind of coverage you would get. But yes, so now I'm going to go ahead and just kind of like place the product and kind of like stipple it onto my face before I actually go in and blend it in. So and as you can see, this is really, it's an amazing color. Like, it looks just like my skin. So the coverage, it actually applies really nice with the brush. And I would say that it is, I mean, I really don't have too much to hide on my face, so I don't know if you could really tell, but the finish, I would say, is not all the way like full coverage, which is nice because, like I said, I could just build it up. And it's not applying too orange like how a lot of foundations that claim to be colored girl friendly are, which I'm also really liking that, because then I don't look like a Oompa Loompa wearing this foundation. And if you're wondering what brush I'm using this Sephora brand brush. This is their Airbrush Precision foundation. I cannot talk, y'all. their precision foundation brush, and it came in like a little kit. If you would like, I will have it in the description box so that you can exactly see what kind of brush this is, because this brush is actually pretty amazing. And I will also send you the direct link to it as well. So as you can see, this foundation, it's actually a really nice foundation, and this is like one of my favorite foundations of all time, especially since I found my correct shade. So I will now get up closer so that you can actually see the brush. So if you can see from this side and then this side, it looks like skin, y'all. It really looks like skin. So I'm not, actually I lied. I'm gonna go ahead and build this up to a full coverage so that y'all can actually see how buildable it is. Usually I don't wear my foundations to the max, like to full coverage, because I really don't like that kind of look. I like a more natural look. But for the sake of this review, I'm going to go ahead and build it up a little bit more. So if you can see, it is building up to a full coverage foundation. So you really can't see like any type of imperfections through it, peeking through. And this foundation looks so natural that I don't even think, like, even with a full coverage, it will look cakey, honestly. Okay, so that's the foundation applied with just the brush. So now I'm going to go ahead on this side with a beauty blender. And I'm going to be using this damp blender here. So using a beauty blender, I feel like it gives you more of a full coverage right away. It doesn't go on like too sheer like it did with the brush, which is weird because you would usually think a beauty blender would, like, I don't know, make it more sheer than full coverage, only because it's damp and it's a sponge, so it's soaking up excess product. But I don't know, surprisingly, this one actually is applying full coverage right away. So this is just with like one pump on my hand, and it's like applying amazing with the beauty blender. I think I actually like this foundation more using the beauty blender than the actual brush. The brush does give a nice finish, but I just feel like the beauty blender really gives it, I don't know, that extra oomph. If y'all know what I'm talking about. And even though it's like full coverage, it still looks very natural. So again, I'm going to go in with one more pump to give it like that real, like, actual buildable full coverage so that you all can see. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and zoom out so you can actually see the full face, and then I'll give you some of my initial thoughts on this foundation. And yeah, so as you can see, the foundation, like I said, I really like it better on using the sponge than the brush. I don't know, like the finish to me just looks way better. But I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and then I will come back to you all and show you the finished look with applying your powder and then your highlight and all that stuff, and I'll be right back. Alright, Glam, so I'm back. I'm done with my makeup now. So my initial thoughts on this foundation so far, I'm actually really loving it. I really like it using the sponge instead of the brush. The brush does give you a nice finish, and it still looks very natural, and it still builds up your foundation. However, I feel like using the Beauty Blender, you really get a nice, not a nicer coverage, but a better, I guess a little bit of a better coverage using the sponge, especially because after even just one pump and using it and applying it with the Beauty Blender, it does give you a nice full coverage. So yeah, so far I really like it, and I really do recommend it. It's not that expensive, but it is, I think I said it was $39. So again, I will have a link down below so that you can go straight to the website if this is the foundation for you, and you could just put it in a cart and yeah, be on your way. So I am going to give this foundation a couple of hours, and I will check back in with you all, giving you my final thoughts and how it lasted throughout the day. Again, I did moisturize my face and I did use a primer because that is how I usually do my foundations, and I'm not testing out the foundation by itself. I'm also testing it out to see how it works with other products, as well as the longevity of the foundation. So yeah, I will be back in a couple of hours and give you my final thoughts, and I will see you all glams in a little while. And I want to apologize if you hear any type of background noise. It is the Super Bowl going on, so there are people watching it. So I wanted to get back with you all to for this foundation and share with you my final thoughts on this foundation and how it has held up throughout the day. So I did start applying the foundation before I went to work, which was around 12 or 1 o'clock, and it is now, let's see, it is now 7, y'all can't see that, but it is now 7:41, almost 8 o'clock, so I've had this foundation on for quite some time now, so now I can share with y'all exactly how it held up. And also, do mind, I did not touch my face or anything at all. I did not blot today. I did not touch it up with any type of tissue or powder. And if y'all can see any type of food on my face, I also just got done eating some football pre-meal snacks or what have you. So don't mind that. But overall, my thoughts on this foundation is that it is a great foundation, and they do have quite a few shades for people who are my complexion or maybe even a little bit darker. So I really like that because they do have a broad range of colors. They have 21 shades, and then also the price of it is not that bad. Like I said, I think it's like $39, and I am really oily, and this is a matte foundation, but do mind, well, I do mind you. Also, do know that I live where it is extremely cold and very windy, so my oils right now, I'm a little bit, actually a lot more drier than what I usually am. So this foundation, I would say if you live in a cold state, definitely moisturize your face as well as use a primer that's a little bit more hydrating and not so mattifying, only because this is a mattifying foundation. But as you can see, like, it held up great. Like, I get, like I said, oily everywhere, and I did not oil up anywhere, like not even in my T-zone. And I'm not lying, y'all, like I did nothing. I didn't even touch up my lipstick today. So this foundation is a really great foundation, and if you do not want to splurge on this foundation just yet, definitely check out Sephora and get like a little sample of it and test it out for a couple of days and see how you like it, because I definitely think this foundation is definitely worth the price. So yes, that is all for my foundation review. Also remember, this is something that I'm going to be doing every Friday because I do have quite a few foundations that I want to share with you all, and then I also have 2 more coming in because I'm just dying to try them. So this is a series that I'm going to be doing every single Friday. However, this one was not posted on a Friday because I'm a little late on it. But there will also be another one coming out this Friday. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I hope you all really enjoyed this video. I hope you all really like a series like this, just so that you can know what's out there and what might work for you. And yeah, let me stop talking and I'll see you all Glambies in my next video. Bye, Glams.